Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to look at the top stocks that I'm watching for next week. So there's been a lot of market activity. Actually, let's just jump into the SPY here, which we got up. So there was a major dip, and the market's starting to rally back. In December, it's always crazy because you have people that are taking tax loss harvesting, taking losses on their positions, and there's usually not a lot of buying pressure. But with every dip, there are people that will buy the dip. So looking at the market here, we dropped. It looks like we're coming back. There's some major momentum towards the upside. So I think that next week could be a good week. The RSI is curling up. It's still not at overbought levels or not even oversold. It's kind of in the middle, trending upward. So I think that next week might be a good week in the market. So with that being said, there's two stocks that I'm looking at to sell. So if you have positions in these, you might want to consider taking some profits. The first being Apple. So Apple's got a huge run up lately. There's gaps here. Momentum seems to be continuing upward, but if you look at the RSI, we are very, very overbought. Pretty much the largest that I've seen here, even back in July 14th, July 7th. So we're very overextended with Apple. If you have a large position, you might want to trim it a bit. I don't personally have a large position in Apple at this point, only because of the large run-up. There really hasn't been a lot of good buying opportunities. If you had bought back here in October, maybe that would have been good, but I did not. There's other stocks that I was interested in, so I don't have a big position. I'm currently going to let it ride, and then once it dips, then I will purchase more. But if you have a large position, you might want to consider trimming it. Very similar is AAPL. So they're in the medical space, the pharmaceuticals. They have a crazy chart over here. Now they're in this upward trending pattern. There's a large gap over here that never got filled, but there's some smaller gaps over here. Again, very overextended on the RSI. We're at the highest we've been in a while. It's just going kind of vertical here. So MACD shows that it's still strong, still moving upward in a strong position. So there could still be more room to run, but if you do have a large position and you're more risk adverse, you might want to start trimming that at this point. So those are two that I'm looking to sell. Now on the other end, there aren't too many great deals in the market for buying, but one of them that I'm looking at is C Limited. So I've been buying as they've been dropping. This is a Chinese internet retail company. They've had a nice upward movement before this overall crash. This is part of the China sell-off plus the U.S. market sell-off. Looks good on the RSI. Very oversold and trending more oversold. There's a giant downward trending pattern. I don't see it breaking out of that pattern. You see some long candlesticks here. The MACD is still showing it curling downwards. So if you feel like you would like to invest in this, or you already have a position, you might want to start dollar cost averaging. I will continue to buy as it falls, just a little bit every day, dollar cost averaging into a nice position size. I don't know where it's going to land or where it's going to stay. There's support around this 200 level. I don't know if it's going to get there. Really, there isn't too much between where it is now and that 200 level, so it could fall. That would be a large fall, but it could happen. So C, that's one that I'm looking at. Upstart Holdings is another one very similar. So there's a big drop off here, big gap that never got filled. We continue to fall. This downward trending pattern. The RSI looks good. The MACD showed that it was popping back a little bit, but it looks like it's trending downwards. There's just too much selling pressure. So I have a small position, and very similar to C, I will be continuing to buy as it falls. Next one up, Upwork, has a very similar pattern to the one we just saw. Big fall, big drop off here, and it continues to fall. It looked like it was trying to come back up, but it continues. There's too much selling pressure at this point. RSI looks good. So Upwork is another great company. It's been a big winner for me in one of my accounts in the past. Lately, it's just been kind of trading sideways here with some violent moves, but if you were able to pick up on the dips, then you should be okay. In my account that I'm talking about here, I have a small position size, so I will continue to buy as it falls. Last one up on the list is Bitcoin. I'm a big Bitcoin bull. I recently purchased more as it started to dip, but it looks like the dip keeps on dipping. Very similar to what we've seen on this other stocks. I know this isn't a stock, but it seems to be following the same pattern right now. There was a drop off and it continues to fall. The MACD, there's a lot of downward movement here, a lot of selling pressure. The RSI looks very good. If you're looking to either add or start a Bitcoin position, now would be a really good time. I don't know how much further it's going to fall. There is some support around this, maybe 47,000. There's a lot of support down here at 42,000. I don't see it falling down to like this level, 30,000. I mean, it could. There's a lot of support down here. There's 35, 34, somewhere around there. But I think that if you wanted to start buying Bitcoin, now would be a good time. So again, those are just the stocks I'm looking at for next week. Let me know if you guys have any other ones that you are watching for the next week, or if you have any that you want me to take a look at. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys on the next one.